My name is Bill Jones. I'm with recapturefederalism.com and also operationofficialmisconduct.com. The next incident I wish to talk about indirectly had to do with firearms. It was the internment of the Japanese Americans. Those interned, there were about 62% were American citizens. They were rounded up on the West Coast and put in internment camps. And I'm sure they were not allowed to bring their firearms with them if they had any. Put into camps. We use fancy words and benign words like internment. In effect, they were political prisons. People were separated from their homes, taken from their homes, and sent miles away, other states, and forced to live in conditions that they didn't volunteer to live in. They were resettlement camps. Remember these words, because we have people now who have programs that they wish to have FEMA camps. They call them internment and resettlement camps. Yeah, they resettle. They decide where you're going to live. It's called control of the population. This part of Wikipedia talks about the Executive Order 9066 and related actions. Look who in the United States, look who is handling the internment. It's the military. They have executive orders, proclamations for the military, for them to take people, ordering people around. And I'm sure those troops, when they were doing it, they were armed, and the Japanese weren't. Taken out of their homes and out of their businesses. You notice on the bottom down there, non-military advocates for exclusion, removal, and detention. You see, some people, the regular people, thought this was a pretty good deal too. Take other people's human rights away. It was economically beneficial for them. Other farmers and things of that sort, businesses. It was good for them. And it's okay. It's okay for other people to lose their human rights. And now that brings us to the primary subject I want to talk about. Psychological warfare and how this plays out. Psychological warfare is defined by the U.S. Department of Defense. Down here in this paragraph, the planned use of propaganda and other psychological actions having the primary purpose of influencing the opinions, emotions, attitudes, and behavior of hostile foreign groups in such a way as to support the achievement of national objectives. You notice the word hostile foreign groups. It's a very short line between hostile foreign groups and domestic groups that a political party supremacist group, such as the two political parties and the two-party system we have, to take tax money and have law enforcement and or the United States military, the Homeland Security, to use psychological warfare, psych ops, against citizens of the United States, residents of the United States. These incidents that I'm talking about and will be talking about, Wounded Knee, Japanese internment. Interesting to use the term Japanese internment. 62% of the Japanese Americans that were interned were United States citizens. It's really American or Japanese American internments. They interned American citizens in World War II. The Philadelphia Move organization, whatever they did, it may have been wrong, and it didn't deserve to be bombed. from helicopters by law enforcement. That's psychological warfare. Ruby Ridge and Waco, people being killed and executed on the spot. That's psych ops. They're trying to intimidate other people. There was no reason for any one of these incidents. Not one reason to have them to the point of the execution of American citizens. And in the case of the Japanese Americans, those internment camps, in effect, were political prisons. They were taken out of their homes, no trials, no constitutional rights were afforded them, and taken away from their homes to other states, to other areas, and forced to be there duration of the war. Propaganda is used. People, oh, the Main Street media. Why do they do that? Oh, well, that's why they do it. They're part of a propaganda system. They're in with the regime. The regime. It always happens. Where was the press with Stalin? Where was the press with Hitler? Where was the press with Mussolini? Where was the press over in Japan with the emperor? Where's the press over in China? They're always with the people that are in power because that's how they maintain their power. That's why we have the term in the First Amendment of free press. Well, because if you have free press, you don't have propaganda. This psychological warfare, intimidation, propaganda, it goes back all the way. You can look back in the Bible, and that's where it's at too. It's been going on from the start of mankind, and we're supposed to avoid it with the Constitution. And that's where the exceptionalism of America is in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, even the Articles of Confederation we had for about 10 years. That's where we have it. That's the problem. And the psychological warfare used against the citizenry, that's all official misconduct. Taking money and using it for these things. That's official misconduct. And by the way, official misconduct is a felony. It's a crime. All these incidents I'm talking about, not one person went to jail or was even charged and tried for all these mass murders in the psychological warfare. There was a charge for the sniper in the case of Ruby Ridge. Was finally dropped. The charges were dropped. Where's the justice? Where's the upholding of the constitutional rights of the citizens?